Hello and welcome to another episode of Destroy All Podcasts, a Godzilla podcast. We have a special show for you tonight because we have our very first versus episode. That's right, it is King Kong versus Godzilla.
I didn't know if I was
I'm
allowed to join in.
not yet until I'm done. You got 10 minutes. I'm one of your hosts, Ripley. I'm joined by one of your hosts, Leah, and also one of your hosts, Sage. I forget if we're
Hello.
doing pronouns. We're all
Hi.
various she's and theys.
That's up to you.
So
Hello,
I,
everybody.
You can decide what my pronouns are. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
How are we
Uh,
all doing?
we're pretty good.
I'm-
Speaking for all of
I
us.
am well.
Have I fucked
am
up your
well.
intro?
You have. You've interrupted
Oh,
my intro.
sorry.
We've jumped into the how are we's.
Sorry.
Look,
Sorry, Ripley, go on.
I was, you know what? No, I was gonna do a whole bit where I
No,
introduce
do
it
it,
like
do
a
it.
boxing match, but I
Oh,
think
come
I
on.
fucked it. So I'm gonna
No.
read I'm gonna read through it now. To be fair, I hadn't really thought this out all the way. I thought that with Godzilla, you know how you get the some boxer or something is called the Thriller from Manila. I hadn't really figured out how, but to do a play on Manila, who was Godzilla's son. But I hadn't really like. There's no way to make that flow. I also thought
And
it'd be
also,
funny
that movie
to.
hasn't come out yet.
I also think it'd be
Yeah.
funny to describe King Kong as weighing in at a gorillion pounds, but you know that probably wouldn't have played.
I don't know. I quite like that. That's a good bit.
Anyway, let's get ready to rumble. That's the important bit. How are you doing?
Once again, I am doing rather well. I've had a nice day. I had a nice cliffside walk. And yeah, I've had a good day.
I've had a shit day.
Yeah.
Reform won the local elections.
Hey, not all of them.
My one. They won locally,
Well,
and I want to kill myself.
But say, if you kill yourself, then you can't watch more films like King Kong versus Godzilla.
That's actually a really good point. And I can't find my old Godzilla toys, which I found earlier. Look at this one. He's pink.
Oh, that's sick.
This is an audio medium, but yes,
Yeah,
that is good.
we need to
Yeah,
stop
but you
having
guys
the
can
look
appreciate
at our action figures segments because it doesn't. No one knows
No.
what we're looking at.
It's Sage's famous segment. Look at my toys.
The famous "Look at Sage's Toys" segment.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I also have a
Oh
big
yeah.
D20.
We're always
that I'm
having
fiddling
that segment.
with. I'm gonna be real. How the fuck do we do this show?
I mean, I guess Leah, you like to have some Leah's history corner for us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, I suppose I do. However, of course, I think you forget that this segment, as of last week, has a name. This is
I
now
can't
officially
remember the
titled-
name.
This is now officially
Too
titled
long.
"Destroy All Uneducation." Open brackets about the movie we are about to talk about today. Close
Yeah.
brackets.
King.
We need like an
Open,
acronym.
open brackets. King Kong versus Godzilla. Open brackets. 1962. Close bracket. Close bracket.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Right. So.
Please destroy all uneducation for us.
If you could.
Open brackets about the movie. Open brackets. King Kong versus Godzilla. Open brackets. 1962. Close brackets. Close brackets. Close brackets. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for closing all the brackets. It would have bothered me for the rest of the
It
episode.
would have, because that means the whole podcast would be in brackets.
Oh yeah. Right. So. Right, so this entire thing began with a certain man who was named Willis O'Brien. This man is pretty much the father of like Western cinematic stop motion, like entirely. This man basically animated like the original King Kong. So, you know, this guy is a big deal.
A movie we could have covered, but we might do it later.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it in season 2.
Yeah. And yeah, like no, that's a very bold thing to say considering we are 5 episodes into season 1. But you know,
Season 1, which is going to be like 60 episodes if we get all the way through everything.
I think it's like just under 70. It might be 69 actually currently.
Sick.
So that's nice.
I wish it was 6,
Yeah, so-
7.
Shut up, Sage.
Wait.
So
6, 7.
So
She's making her
Sage
Godzilla
just-
figure do
yeah.
the thing.
Yeah, for audio listeners, my Godzilla did 6, 7.
Maybe I should kill myself instead. Right, so around 1960, Willis came up with a proposed treatment. Of course, in which King Kong would fight a giant Frankenstein's monster.
That's silly.
This was shopped around. Yeah, yeah, right. Okay. God forbid something silly happens in these films.
How big would the corpse have to be for him to make that big a Frankenstein's monster? It doesn't make sense.
I mean, they do it later with Baragon, don't they, or someone?
Don't know. I've not seen a movie past King Kong versus Godzilla.
This is true. Okay. So this treatment, it was basically shopped around with like a bunch of different studios. They didn't really like it because it'd be very special effects heavy. This was until O'Brien was introduced to the producer John Beck, and of course he really started just pitching it to every studio that he could. So of course, most Western studios, they were completely turned off by this idea just because of how much it would cost. But it would be an overseas company that finally picked up the treatment, namely Toho, as they
I've heard of them.
has long since wanted to make a King Kong film. So it's at this point that it takes a turn, because essentially, completely behind O'Brien's back, Frankenstein's monster was basically replaced with Godzilla. And of course, the entire screenplay was rewritten by Shinichi Sekizawa, the guy who, of course, wrote Mothra last week. And of course, in doing this, all of O'Brien's work on this treatment, it was just thrown out, and he just wouldn't be credited at all.
Johnny
sucks.
So O'Brien attempted to then sue Beck, but of course he lacked the money to actually do so. And of course, then he died about 2 years later, with his wife citing the frustration of the King Kong versus Frankenstein deal as the main course.
Oh,
So in many ways, because Godzilla replaced Frankenstein, which is what causes. So can I put him as the first person on the Godzilla kill count for this movie?
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. Kill count of 1, and it's a real life man. That's crazy.
Can we put that on the cool count that this movie killed a man in real life?
No.
I'm writing it down.
And of course, I will just say, this is the only right. Okay, so like this is not the only person in just like somewhat related to this movie to be killed by something on TV. And I will get to that later.
Sizzle.
But it kind of ties into what the themes of the movie are.
Big gorillas.
Right. So the producer and the co-director of the original King Kong, who was a man by the name of Miriam C. Cooper. Basically, he was incredibly angry about this whole thing, as he really hated that they used suitmation to, of course, bring Kong to life, which was a thing that when the original King Kong was basically being filmed, they were actively against. So this guy attempted to file a lawsuit 1 year later to essentially also get the distribution of the film, but the lawsuit failed because this man thought he was the sole legal owner of King Kong, and he wasn't.
So that must have been embarrassing.
That is quite embarrassing.
Judge Judy just chucked that one straight out.
Yeah, pretty much. So I guess just some little production bits. So of course, So of course, Ishiro Honda returns once again, and of course he wanted this to be quite a serious movie. However, most of the early drafts of the scripts, they were sent back with notes asking that the monsters acted a lot more comedically.
No one gets startled by a mouse in their trousers in this. Fix it.
So, of course, while AG Subaraya embraced this because he wanted to appeal a lot more to like kids and kind of like a more broad audience, his effects crew they were not happy, stating that they couldn't believe some of the things Subaraya wanted them to do. Of course, Honda also wasn't a fan, and he would say like years later, things like, "I don't think a monster should ever be a comical character." And he also felt that, like, if, of course, Godzilla acts like a human, then he's far easier to see as just a man in a suit.
I hope he doesn't do any dances in this then.
So just checking. So they made this film and it was meant to be funny?
Yeah.
They were trying to make it funny. And I think
okay, that's interesting to learn right now.
So why don't
we'll get to that, I think.
About what we think of this movie.
I'm going to say that Ripley should go first because I can already feel the rage burning inside me after you've just said that. Go on.
So,
right, Ripley, do you want to give us your one word?
Oh, so shit, I had one word.
I had to put a lot of thought into my one word.
Quick.
It's okay, I'll ramble or stall. I'll buy you time. Okay. So I had to put a lot of thought into this because... You don't want to... I try and make my word different every week. I don't want to reuse the same word. I might because I'm not keeping a list, but I'm trying not to reuse them. And I was like, odds are, somewhere later down the line, there is a different movie that I'm going to think is more boring than this one, so I didn't want to use boring. So instead, what I'm going to go with is underwhelming, because I wanted the fight to be cooler. I wanted the movie to be more interesting. Sage is staring me down right now. She is unhappy.
Yeah. Shall I go for mine because it's a bit more neutral? And so, of course, Sage has a bit more time to actually think of a word.
I wrote a word. To be clear, okay. I didn't forget about the word at the time. I watched it the other day. I wrote a word. I just forgot about it now. I forgot that we did this.
Okay.
Well, Leah, you do yours while Sage tries to quell the rage inside her right now.
Yes. My word is dumb.
Fuck off!
However, no, okay. I want to make it clear, right? Dumb isn't bad, all right? It was dumb, but it was a fun dumb.
Yeah, dumb is objectively true, to be fair. Even if you think this is great, it is dumb on purpose.
Yeah, so
like it, Leah?
Yes. Right. Okay, so I had fun with it.
Did you like the movie?
More than I didn't. I liked the movie, yes. Yes.
Good.
To me, okay, so
doesn't seem like you liked the movie.
I had fun with the movie. I enjoyed watching it. However, I think the pacing of these films is starting to become a legitimate issue.
You know what I think, Leah? If that is your real name? I think you're a fucking idiot.
Sage, what did you think of this bloody movie?
Huh?
What did you think of this film? Did you
I liked
it?
It was really good. I loved it.
There we go.
This is my favorite one so far.
That's a bold call.
That's insane.
Fuck off. No, it isn't. It's awesome. This is an awesome fucking movie. Okay. My word was just yo. It was just yo with like 8 O's. Because I was so hyped watching this movie.
Okay, 8 O's. 8 O's, good.
I don't know. Wait, hold on. I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 O's. Sorry.
For the
apologies.
It's good.
No, I love this. I thought this was great. I thought it was successfully funny. I thought it was like very silly and over the top, but it worked. I think it had like some pretty decent like satire. The fight is, again, it is ridiculous, but it's really good. It's a good fight. Fucking love this movie. This is my new favorite. This was great.
Well, shall we start talking about the film?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, okay.
Right, so
what if there was a big gorilla and he fought a big lizard?
You're right, Stanley.
Who's Stanley?
Right, so,
Stanley.
Right, so we open on the world spinning as a voice asks, but what happened if it stopped? So I guess the first thing I actually noticed when we started this was there is a name that I recognize here, and of course that is Kenji Sahara, the guy who was the protagonist in the Rodan movie.
Yeah, I knew that as well. I noticed that.
Yo, I was told in Rodan that he would come back.
That is true. I did mention that. Yeah. Wow. I did some sizzle. So it turns out that we're watching a science program,
You love
and
it.
the guy is talking about the seeming melting of the ice caps. Which, oh man,
Another woke
Yeah,
back
movie.
live in the
this.
days where that was just a funny thing that was happening. But it turns out
that's fantasy in this.
But it turns out that the show is being watched by my new favorite human character, Mr. Taco, who thinks it's boring as hell.
Is this the guy with the
Yeah.
mustache?
This is the guy with the glasses and the mustache. Yes,
Love him. He's great.
So good. I love him to bits. I love this man.
Way better than last week's protagonist, Ripley.
I like last week's protagonist.
Mothra was last week's protagonist.
I hated last.
I was on your side,
Sage,
Sage, but then you had to throw shade at my man. Why did you have to do that?
And Mr. Beast.
I didn't like him.
Mr.
No,
Beast
he
was
wasn't.
lovely.
He kept having a mouse.
He did that once.
We can't. I can't do a third TikTok where you complain
do
about
too?
the mouse, Sage.
You
It's
do
not going
too.
to happen. Yeah, 2 TikToks. That's how much you talked about it. Couldn't avoid it.
I'm gonna mention it every week. It's an infinite content hack.
I hate this. Right. Okay. So it turns out that Mr. Taco is the right. I'm pretty sure I've got this right. He is the leader of a TV station that is being sponsored by a pharmaceutical company. Or he is the leader of a pharmaceutical company that is sponsoring a TV station. I honestly can't remember which one, and I watched this like yesterday.
I believe the second one is correct. However, just to simplify it,
I thought it was the first one.
Well, just to simplify it, in all my notes, I just wrote that like he works for the TV station or whatever. Like, I think it's just the pharmaceutical part is not really.
He
relevant.
works for the conglomerate.
It's a weird, like, it's not really relevant to the movie. They just kind of put that in seemingly to complicate it.
I'm pretty sure, actually, thinking about the themes that I wrote down, he is a pharmaceutical CEO.
Yeah, that's what I said, Ripley, you stupid bit.
It's interesting because at a later point I wrote down what was the theme of this. So I'm curious. I'll be curious.
This movie?
Shall I talk about that now? Because I've got it all written down, and we kind of get into it straight away.
I mean, I assume.
I also know the theme. I understood this movie, not to brag.
Right. So essentially, this whole movie is a satire of the television industry within Japan.
About the media.
So in April 1962,
yeah.
TV networks and also sponsors started creating the craziest programming and also publicity stunts they could possibly do just to grab viewers. This was
like
all after
Jackass.
And I just want to make it absolutely clear, this is not a joke, and I fact-checked this. As far as I could tell, this is real. This is all after 2 elderly viewers reportedly died at home while watching a overly violent wrestling match on TV.
Interesting. That was
sick.
Just...
I mean, not.
That's pretty
but...
sick.
This was, yeah. So of course, this was the other deaths due to media that I alluded to earlier.
No, that's not. They didn't watch this and die.
Yeah, no, it's not the. Yeah, right. So.
Right.
So essentially, like all of these racing wars, all of this ridiculous program, of course, like it became a genuine hot topic discussion over in Japan with a legitimate worry about how it would actually like affect Japanese culture. So of course, Honda's view on the matter was that the TV shows, they all took the audience for like granted. All of these stunts were completely pointless, and he wanted to show this through his movie. Mostly by having a medical company sponsor a TV show and also then capture a giant monster to, of course, then gain ratings. He essentially said All they right, okay. So a direct quote from him is him saying all the medicine company would have to do is just simply produce good medicine, right? But the company doesn't think that way. They think they'll get ahead of their competitors if they use a giant monster instead. That's what this movie's about.
To be fair,
it's
is
like
he wrong? If like
it's like that shoe company that doesn't do shoes anymore, and now they make AI.
I
it's
mean,
like
exactly,
it's the natural
is that
endpoint
in
of
reference to
capitalism.
something?
That's a thing that recently
Of course it
happened. Yeah,
is.
I forget what
Okay.
company it was, but they're like, we're not doing shoes anymore. We're making
Great.
AI.
I love that.
That's awesome.
I love
That's
AI.
awesome.
I love it. It makes me happy.
I don't.
No,
It sucks.
obviously I also don't.
I think this podcast should be AI.
I would only love it if they put it in like a giant mechanized Godzilla. Then I might
That's
like
fair
it.
enough.
Well, that'll never happen because it's 1962 and they haven't invented anything like that
Oh,
yet.
thank God.
What is AI?
Yeah. When's this podcast set?
The ice caps are melting currently. Oh man, that's funny. I hope they stop doing that soon. I'm sure it shouldn't be a huge issue.
So there was a guy flipping it. He's like trying to make a decision, so he flips a coin, like Two-Face.
Yes.
Oh, this fucking
Yes,
guy.
with Two-Face. I think it might be a parody of something, to be honest.
Of Two-Face, probably.
Two-Face. Yeah.
Well, no, because Two-Face probably didn't exist at this point.
Yes, he did. Two-Face was invented in like the 40s.
It's the 60s, yeah. Two-Face is an old one as well, because he's one of those guys where it's just like, I wear a hat and a Tommy gun and I shoot people. Like that's
Two-Face made his first appearance in
fair enough. He was in
1942.
1942.
Fuck you, Leah, you stupid bitch.
If I knew more about Japanese naming conventions, I'd try to like turn Harvey Dent into a Japanese name, but
It
I
would
think anything I
sound
try
racist.
would
Yeah.
sound
Yeah.
racist.
Right, so
Harvey Dent-san.
right, so
Yeah,
I'm
that
just going
works.
to move this on because like we are not even 5 minutes into the film and we spent like 15 minutes on this.
Yeah, let's get
Yeah, but it's fine. We're having fun, aren't we? Anyway, this guy
Right.
goes home to his to someone, and he's talking to like I think it might have been like his son or his roommate or something.
I
And
think
he's
they're
like,
just mates.
oh, they just met. Okay, and he's like, "What have you been shagging?" And then he wipes the guy's girlfriend's like lipstick from his lips. That was quite homoerotic, I thought. I think they
Right,
might
okay.
be in a throuple.
Yeah, this
Right, okay. This is something that really
I call
confused
these three a
Yeah.
throuple in all of my
Right, no,
notes.
okay. This is something that like actually like maybe go slightly crazy because of course like
It bothers
this
you because
guy
you hate polyamory.
and of course this is like Keiji Sahara. I'm just gonna ignore that.
Mhm.
And of course, yeah, so this guy, Keiji Sahara, and this girl, apparently they're brother and sister.
What?
Because
Oh,
he says
So
she's
we're
his
shagging?
sister later on in the film. So I don't think they are shagging.
No, they were though. They were kissing. They were kissing.
Ew.
Definitely, that was the.
Maybe I was
implication.
thinking of someone else, but he definitely describes a girl as his sister, and I'm pretty sure it is that girl.
Is it maybe the guy who wipes the lipstick away is her sister?
Maybe.
And he's
Yes,
he's like, stop kissing my sister or whatever.
Maybe. So,
Okay, well, either way,
so this other guy
I was
jumps off
watching
balcony.
the whole thing assuming that they were like a throuple,
Yeah.
to be honest.
So, right, but yes, right, but yeah. So this guy jumps off a balcony, but he has very
Yeah, I
slow
liked
ride.
this. This was cool.
I did like his absolute confidence in the UI.
Yeah, he just goes for it. I like this though because it's like the least subtle foreshadowing I've ever seen in a movie ever.
Yeah,
Because it's like in this Godzilla, in this movie called King Kong versus Godzilla, we're gonna do a bit where we show a man has made an indestructible wire. I hope that won't come up later. Like it's the most obvious.
What if they also?
There's a lot of this foreshadowing in the
What if
film.
they also showed?
It's good.
What if they also showed that they had like a powder that specifically would make giant gorillas fall asleep, and then that came up later? That'd also be crazy.
Yeah. So it turns out that this company, there's a doctor that has been to an island which is called Faroe Islands, and he's brought back a fruit. And
why is it called that? By the way,
could...
because it should be Skull Island.
I don't know.
Right,
I mean, like this back in the '60s, something's not established, and also like
probably right.
And of course, like, this is a different continuity anyway for King Kong, so he's fine.
Well, because no, go on.
Yeah. So of course that's happening, but also we have some more American actors piloting a submarine, and it's all ADR'd wonderfully.
I love that in this. You get a cut from they're looking at the submarine on like a TV screen, and it's like really clear quality, and then it cuts to the real footage, and it's so much worse. Like the fake footage is so much clearer than the footage we get to see.
Yeah,
it's great. It's
yeah.
great.
So
No,
we come across.
I like
Oh yeah, sorry, Sage, go on.
No, it's okay. I'll just not talk this whole episode.
No, I can't, Sage. Say your piece.
I was gonna say, first of all, I was gonna say earlier, and then I got, for some reason, I decided to let you speak instead. And I don't know why I did that, because the thing I was saying was relevant to what we were talking about before. The Faroe Island thing, there was weird legal stuff in this movie. So like the company that owned King Kong were very like strict with what Toho could do with him.
Yes.
So like I'm assuming the Faroe Island thing is the same, but they also had it so I wrote it down. Yeah, so he couldn't resemble the one from the 30s movie. Like he had to look completely different.
Yes, he couldn't be.
There had to be a scene where he picked up a woman and climbed a building. That's so specific.
I did wonder.
That legally, they had to include that in the movie, which is really funny.
That explains why it happens.
Because it is just random.
Reason.
It's just random out of nowhere. Just like, yeah, I guess I'll take this woman up this building or whatever. Yeah, legally they had to do that.
King Kong Slice looks at his contract and just starts looking for a woman to pick up.
Yeah, I guess I'll pick up a woman.
I mean, if I'll get paid for it, sure.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to. It's fine. Yeah.
Hey, 2 movies in a row where someone has picked up a much smaller woman.
True. Yeah, that's so
I wonder
true,
if this will keep happening. Well, I mean, I guess it is Mothra next time. We could have a 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Shit, it is.
The most small woman.
You're quite short, Ripley. We could.
Rude, but okay.
What are you, like 5'6"? Okay, that's short as fuck.
Yeah, I'm a fair bit shorter than that.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm teeny tiny.
Right, we could pick you up for an episode, and then we could keep streak going.
Right. Okay. So what are these?
That'll be the 69th episode.
Yeah.
So all of these wonderful American actors. They all see a glowing iceberg. What could this be? And so they go to investigate it, and almost immediately they just crash into it.
Yeah, they're not very good at driving the submarine.
They see it coming as well. They spent like 5 minutes being like, "Oh, look at that iceberg! Oh, we're getting pretty close to that iceberg. Hey, look at that iceberg!" And then they just hit it.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
like,
good.
I guess the Titanic had an excuse. These guys don't.
No. Yeah, not good at their job.
I can tank that. I reckon.
They do crash into it, and I just hope there's no big lizards in this iceberg. Personally,
yeah, that would suck.
That would be scary.
Yeah, because the last time we saw him, he was in a rock quarry. So why would he be here?
He was in the quarry in Wales where they film all of Doctor Who.
Yeah, so we kind of go back and forth here between a lot of build up for what could be in this iceberg, and also our main character who like was a cameraman, but he had to play the drums because they got the wrong drummer. But then he suddenly gets whisked off, and I think his name is Sakurai. They only say it once, but it's a name that stuck out to me. So he is sent to Faroe Islands to basically find something for this company to use.
Yeah.
And he also goes with his mate and also with a guy that's in blackface.
Yeah, a lot of blackface.
But before they set out on this trip, they're like, "Look, we might need to win these tribals over, these people in blackface. We might need to bribe them with something. So we're going to bring 1 radio and 500 packets of cigarettes."
I mean, look, we're going to get to that.
We'll get there. We'll get there. In fact, to be fair, we'll probably. Oh no, there is a little bit that happens first. But yeah. Insane.
So while they go over there, we get the big reveal. There was a Godzilla in the ice.
What? I never knew that.
Shit.
Right.
Bugger me.
Right. And so of course the sub starts filling up with water. And I noticed when there's a wide shot. Right. So Right, so because like there's water just like down like like the sub ladder, right?
Yeah.
And of course, there's a guy who just like climbs halfway up the like a ladder while there's water just like pouring down, and he just stops for like the rest of the scene.
Really?
Like he doesn't climb up it fully, but like he's just standing there.
He climbs up it. He stands there. He climbs back down and goes, "Door won't open." Like
What I mean, he doesn't even do like that. Like,
it's
What
so
would happen if the
weird.
door did
there.
open? You'd die.
That's not better. To be fair, the submarine is on
Yeah.
fire at this point, so you know the water will put out the
Yeah.
fire, and then you close the door again, and you're good.
Oh no! Did they hit
It's
the fire
genius.
factory?
They did. They
hit the
well,
I
Firebug?
wrote about the fire
after
factory.
they.
I wrote about it
Oh,
later.
mate, okay.
We hit
Well,
the
we won't do
Firebug.
too much Fire Factory stuff then. Well, then we hear Godzilla's roar, which was pretty sick. We don't see him
it's
yet.
a
He's
good reveal. This is a good reveal.
Yeah. We don't hear him yet. We don't see him yet, but we hear him, and it's
Agreed.
good. It's cool. They pitched it up. Apparently, they wanted this to be like the start of like a more kid-friendly Godzilla. So they pitched up the roar to make it less scary.
Ah, nice.
Fun fact.
Ah.
Fun fact. So shall we just kind of have Godzilla be here so that we can just like devote the rest of the time to the Faro Island stuff?
I mean, what happens in the movie?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, we don't see Godzilla.
We don't
for a
see him
while.
Yeah,
for
it
ages.
takes a little while to actually pop up.
So they're on the
Yeah.
island, and they're trying to make
Mm.
friends with all like the tribe or whatever. And
Yeah,
so
so
the first thing
how do
I'm
they do
noticing-
that?
Well, the first thing I'm noticing is that they're all in blackface, which is you know it's kind of to be expected for this era. It's still not good. I'm not excusing it.
I have a theory. I have a theory
Hmm.
about this, which is I don't think they're going to get woke and stop putting blackface in, but I think they are going to get bored of putting tribes in these movies, and they're going to start showing us aliens. And then when they come back to tribes in like the 80s, then we'll be past it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's
Maybe.
That
a
is my
fair
hope.
shout. But yeah, no, like I mean, like Mothra wasn't good, but I think this
No,
one
it was a
goes
bad
worse
movie.
because they now have given these
How dare
natives
you.
a language, and it's clearly not anything.
Yeah, this was rough. So
And
like
they also look a lot more like stereotypically island native.
they are just doing like if you say like racist like native voice or noises, they're just doing that.
Yes.
I'm not gonna do it, obviously.
They're doing a Resident Evil 5.
Yeah, they're doing
Yeah.
they're doing a Temple of Doom, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Which
The
is your
whole-
favorite movie, isn't it, Ripley?
Whatever racist media
Temple
can
of
we
Doom is
think
not
of?
my favorite movie, but I do think it's an underrated Indiana Jones movie.
I was
even though there's a
saying
lot
it
of
to
racism.
Ripley, but okay.
Oh, sorry. What's everyone's favorite Indiana Jones movie?
I've not actually seen any.
Last
You've not
Crusade.
seen any?
No, I really need to.
You're a dickhead, man.
I know.
Yeah, Last Crusade's pretty much objectively the best one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
it
so
is.
it is the one that I want to watch the most, to be fair.
I mean, you
Um,
got to watch them all.
So essentially, the
Oh, wait,
chief
yeah.
is really angry at the two Japanese guys, and like,
forgot.
I will say, as uncomfortable as the scene made me, the two like actors playing the Japanese guys, I really liked them in the scene. They were a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, to be clear,
They
like
are
okay,
having
I'll
fun.
say this, right? I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Well, while I'm not excusing the blackface and stuff in this, and obviously it shouldn't be excused, I think it was the 60s and it was kind of a more like
It was just what you did.
it was what you did, and also I think as far as I'm aware, it was like a budgetary thing as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're filming in Japan, and it's easier to just get Japanese people.
We can be unhappy about the blackface while also not being
Yeah,
surprised
but what I was
by
going to
it.
say is, even though I'm not excusing it, but like whatever, I do think the scenes on the island are good. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
there's
enjoyed
a bit of,
but I get past the
a bit
blackface.
of what's the word? Like stereotypical, tribal sound effects and stuff. But like, they're good scenes. I think overall, I really enjoyed all the stuff on the island.
There were points where
especially-
it definitely made me young. Oh, sorry.
The part
Go
that
on,
I
go
enjoyed
on.
the most on the island,
Oh,
the
no.
Japanese people are making friends with all like the natives, and they're sharing their cigarettes, and they're doing whatever on the radio and whatever. And a little kid, he's probably like 8 years
This-
old, comes up to him.
This did make me laugh a lot.
And yeah, and they give him a cigarette, and it's just like a little Japanese kid in blackface, and they give him a cigarette, and he leaves the movie.
I love that there's a bit where they're like, "Oh, don't
Yeah.
give the kid a cigarette," and then like 5 seconds
It's
go
not even
past, and then
5
he gives him a
seconds. It's
cigarette.
literally like, no, we can't give the kid a cigarette. I'll go on then. It's like
It'll be
instant.
funny.
To be fair, it is funny.
Yeah. So of course they're all making friends until suddenly lightning strikes, and of course they all freak out, and of course they all start worshipping as an altar. And at that point, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I guess we're back to this. And of course, our two Japanese guys. Of course, our two Japanese guys are like, ha ha ha, these silly primitive natives. It's just simply lightning caused by a thunderclouds, as if there's anything else that causes natural lightning. Until suddenly there's a big roar.
Big monkey. Wait, do we see him?
I love this bit.
We don't see him.
No, because at this point I'm like, they're about to show us Kong, so I write time to Kong, and I wait, and then we get the roar, and it immediately cuts to like a lion roaring on TV, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah,
they got you.
Yeah,
I like that.
Right,
I like that both the kaiju in this are introduced like first with their roar, and then we see them again later in person. I think that's a fun like parallel.
Yeah. So we find out that Kenji Sahara's character, he was also going on a trip in his favorite rocket ship. No. He was also going on a voyage, but it turns out his ship has been attacked by an unknown force.
I don't remember any of this.
Mysterious.
Now,
what could it be?
I don't remember
this out. Now, of course, it's at least established in a scene in which we have his sister and I guess a second woman talking about it. And of course, I wanted to point this out because so far, this is the first scene in this entire series of films in which we've just had two women talking.
Really? Is this the first one that passes the Bechdel test?
Well, here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
I don't think we have because they're talking about a guy.
Oh.
So I don't think we have passed the test yet.
Fuck.
Well, no. There was two women talking to each other about a man in Rodan.
And if you'll excuse me, the two little ladies talk about Mothra all the time in Mothra.
That is true. Yeah, fuck you, Liam.
Mothra is a Dane.
Dickhead. There's been two movies.
No, shut up. However,
dig yourself out of this.
Movie, in the original Mothra, the Shobijin referred to Mothra as a he. So he's a guy in that one.
No, he's not. No, she's not.
Wrong.
That's probably a translation thing. All right. Well, either way,
the Rodan one I have.
I'm not saying that they've passed the Bechdel test yet. I'm saying that you said that this is the first time two women talk to each other. That's not true because Rodan, two women talk to each other about a man. Granted, but they do because she's flirting with the pilot, and then the other one's like, "I'll give you some soup or whatever." So fuck you, Leah.
That was in Godzilla Race Again, and I did think about.
No, that was Rodan.
That was in Godzilla Race Again.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am certain.
Really?
Yes.
I'm looking back to where we put red bean soup. Give me a moment. Talk among yourselves.
Okay. Right. So. Right. Okay. So I was.
It was right. No, it was
Godzilla Race Again.
Right. Fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Wait, that's even worse. Either way, you're wrong.
Right, yeah, okay. But of course, what I was going to say is that, of course, yes, I was thinking about that scene. However, there was a man present for that conversation over the radio, so I'm not counting it.
What do you mean you're not?
That's fair.
Just because there's a man there, the two women still talk to each other and they share a scene.
Right, so
if I could
low,
lighten the mood, in this scene where he's talking about how his boat's been wrecked or whatever, he said the woman says to him, you can't fool me. It's all over your face. And that made me think that could be something I'd say on a
Fuck!
grinder hook.
I wrote one. I
Hey.
wrote one for later. You got in first. You prick.
Right. So
I wrote one for later.
right. So we right. So we then cut to two guys in a helicopter. And of course, if you thought the ADR was amazing back in the submarine, here it's something to behold. It's beautiful. So they go to check out the sub, and they see that there's a big lizard poking out of a mountain. He's back,
And
baby.
it looks
Godzilla's
like
back.
Who is it?
it looks like Godzilla's been in a pool where they've got the stuff that like glows when you piss in it to stop people pissing in the pool because it's all like glowing around him.
So I guess they've had
Someone
a big
pissed in a
reveal.
pool. Is that
Ripley.
real?
I think it's a myth.
Damn it.
Right,
We should
yeah,
go,
so
we should
Ripley,
go to a
what's our
pool and
time
test
to
it for a
Godzilla?
bonus episode.
Ripley, what's our time to
What's your
Godzilla?
time to Godzilla?
It is 26 minutes and 18 seconds. Thank you.
Nice.
That's
That's
bad,
good.
actually. That's
Is that the
pretty good.
quick? That's the quickest yet, right? No, Godzilla Rage
Yeah.
Again was like
No.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so so I did have a thought, and I just found it funny.
That's the first time you've ever had a thought.
So of course, Godzilla's freed when the sub crashes into him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So of course, so of course, around this point in time, the top speed of a sub is about 35, 38 miles per hour, right?
And
So
now
that
the
I'm a
means
sub. I
like-
can't move anywhere near that fast.
I would stop stealing my jokes before I can say them. I was literally about to say the same thing. This is ridiculous.
So
This
that
is the
means
problem. This is the problem with having 3 hosts of a podcast. If there was only 2, this wouldn't happen.
so considering how fast this submarine must have been going, that means that Godzilla is about that means that Godzilla is like weaker than a submarine going around the average
No, it
speed of a
doesn't.
car.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it
What do you
does.
mean?
Yeah, like if he could break out of a right. So if he could not break out of the ice, like if he could not dislodge it for 7 years, then what does that
Well, he
say
was
about his
frozen.
strength compared to
It
the
wasn't that he
submarine?
wasn't trying. He was frozen.
Yeah, he was stuck inside. I think from the outside he could have broken that, but he was frozen in place. He couldn't move.
Okay,
Easily
fine. I'll
from
give
the-
him that.
He was
I'll give him that.
frozen.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll give him that. So of course this quickly makes it to the Japanese mainland. This news.
I loved
and
this,
so, of
by the
course,
way.
Godzilla also comes to the Japanese mainland, and he melts a
Yeah.
tank.
So I loved this. I
I
loved
love the
how
tank.
quick this was, right? Because
Yes.
so far, all of these movies have been like they've had slow stuff, and like I'm not a big fan of that. Especially the first 2. Whenever like a kaiju, obviously in those ones, Godzilla was heading for an area, it would always be like Godzilla's heading to Tokyo or whatever. Let's make sure that we have the army come out, and then we see the army come out. Let's also make sure that the Air Force are out, and then we see the planes, and then we see all the planning of where all the tanks are going to go and whatever. In this one, it's like, oh shit, Godzilla's here. Like it cuts, and there's tanks, and it's just happening, and it cuts straight to the action. I think it's a really good cut. I love it.
Yeah. What I like is that Godzilla melts a tank, and of course, then like all of the other ones, they just kind of give up and they just go back inside.
You kind of would. Also, Godzilla looks weird.
Yeah, I think
He
it's
looks
the
better
eyes.
than last time.
He
He
looks a lot
looks
better than
like
last
he's
time, yeah.
constantly half asleep. I think
He
it's the eyes on the suit.
It is the eyes. That's what I wrote.
He just woke up from a nap.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. To be fair, you'd be
Yeah,
a bit
that's true.
groggy as well. He probably spoiler
Yeah.
alert for the end of this movie. He probably would have beat Kong if he had more time to prepare. He was sleepy.
Godzilla does need prep time,
oh.
that's true.
There's
Good monkey
some
impression, Ripley.
interesting- Sorry. Ook, ook.
It is
Um,
on Brad.
There's so 2 things that happen now when it cuts to the newspaper people being like, this fucking guy.
Mm.
Right. Firstly, they mentioned that there's been a movie made of Godzilla. I think that's interesting.
Yes, that's great. Do you
Yes.
think it's the movie Godzilla, or do you think it's a different thing?
I think it's like a sad biopic. I think it like paints him in a much
Yeah.
more endearing light.
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
like an
it's about us
Oppenheimer
there
We
as
get,
well,
like-
maybe.
it opens on him at school, and like he atomic breaths his teacher, and then he's like, I shouldn't have done that.
Puberty. He's having trouble with puberty. And then there's a bit at the end where he talks to Albert Einstein, and he looks sad and black and white.
What if it's just yeah, I mean, like, to be honest, I was thinking, like, what if it's just a Man of Steel, but it's Godzilla instead of Superman?
Man of...
And it's him talking to his dad, and he's like, Dad, should I have atomic breathed that bus full of children? And his dad's like, I don't know.
Maybe you should.
Maybe.
Who am I to say?
And of course,
Who am I to have...
fucking a tornado, and of course,
Man of Steel,
like atomic breath. The tornado.
Man of Steel Jonathan Kent might be the biggest centrist in all of cinema. What was I supposed to do? Let that bus full of kids die? Maybe. I don't have opinions on this stuff. I'm not political personally. I look at things
sides have
neutrally.
good points.
Both sides have good points. On one hand, it would have been funny if you let them all die.
But yeah, but yeah, but of course, I guess on the other side, human life does have value.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck.
Yeah,
Zack Snyder's
the other thing,
bad filmmaker.
Well, the other thing was, you see like lots of shots of Godzilla on TV, and then someone at the newspaper says they're complaining like, "Oh, damn it, free publicity for our rival." And I was like, "Is your rival Godzilla? What do you mean?" You can also talk about Godzilla.
No, they have the rights. They have the right to talk about him. They're exclusive right.
That was something that I noticed, and of course, that's the press kind of like hounding after this like doctor, and of course they are wanting to know, of course, why the news said Godzilla was killed when he clearly wasn't, and the doctor basically goes like, yeah, well, he's probably actually like immortal, so lol, and he just drives off.
Yeah, gonna call that a certified whoopsie dipsy.
Yeah. So right. Okay. So we probably aren't going to talk about most of the international versions of these films. However,
yeah, I don't give a shit.
However, of course, in the American version of this, there is a scene in which a doctor explains just what Godzilla is to the UN. And of course, for this, he uses a children's dinosaur book, which is always our favorite thing in these films.
Oh, yes. We missed it! Oh, I should have watched the American one.
And I just want to say, it gets better from there, because he goes on to explain that Godzilla is a cross between a Tyrannosaurus Rex and a Stegosaurus.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Is he?
Yeah, obviously.
Is he now?
Yeah.
I can't believe I never knew this.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's obvious. That's the max point.
Yeah, no, it is obvious now that I think about it, because just look at it.
Yeah.
What else would he be?
Yeah, right. So, yeah, I think the scene where they kind of talk about how like Godzilla is like free publicity and all that, I think that's kind of Honda kind of reflecting on like what Godzilla very quickly became.
Yeah. It was supposed to be like a metaphor for his trauma and stuff, and it's very quickly become like what if a silly little a big monster or whatever. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we go back to the islands, and essentially our two dudes, they are both going to try and find this big monster. One of them has a like lizard on him that he just throws to the floor, and then just like the other guy just like shoots it, and like it was so uncalled for.
He doesn't just throw it. He does the so long gay Bowser from Mario 64. He holds it by its tail and he does like a spin and then let go. It's crazy.
That's
off a cliff, by the way. He throws it off a cliff.
Hey, maybe that's some foreshadowing.
Maybe.
Maybe it is.
Maybe. I doubt it. They don't do foreshadowing in this movie. All right. No, that was insane though. Also, I enjoy the comedy in this movie. And I know you said, Ripley, you said that you were surprised it was supposed to be a comedy. And I think, fuck you for that, okay? I really found this quite funny. It's more... Okay, you liked Mothra. You loved Mothra. In fact, your Letterboxd review said this is the best movie ever made. Which I think is insane, but... You liked Mothra. There was bits of that where that was supposed to be funny, right? Like the mouse part.
Mouse in the trousers.
A classic
That's
scene that we all loved, right?
Yeah, I
Um,
loved it. It was great.
Yeah, I didn't.
I love the views that it got us on TikTok for sure.
But no, that was supposed to be kind of a light-hearted movie, or whatever. This is very light-hearted, and no one's looking at this and mean this is super serious. But the comedy is a little bit more subtle. Feels like the wrong word because there's nothing about this movie that's subtle. But the comedy isn't
It feels
so
less
much
like a sketch.
Yeah, like the bit with. Sorry to keep talking about the mouse, but as an example, the bit with the mouse is like 30 full seconds of a guy wriggling around with a mouse in his trousers, right?
Wait, I don't remember this. What movie did that happen in?
So in the movie Mothra, the main character. No, I won't. But no, like,
thank you.
In this one, it is a little bit more interwoven, I guess, in the movie. Like, it's just
I get you.
It's just little things. It's like there's a bit where two soldiers on the island are talking, and one of them's just scared because he's heard King Kong roar, and so he's just standing real close to the other one. And they're talking, and then there's like a pause, and the guy in front just goes like take a step back. What are you doing? Like it's subtle little moments like that, and I found it really funny.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. Yeah, no, I did like the comedy in this.
I enjoyed the comedy. It was way better than Mothra. I fucking hated the comedy in that movie.
I enjoyed seeing King Kong at precisely 37 minutes and 32 seconds.
Well, okay,
I also enjoyed that.
We have a first monster a little bit before this in the form
of
a big octopus.
Ooh,
this was so sick.
And I have a few trivia points about this.
I have trivia. I'm going to get in first. It was played by a real octopus.
Oh man. Well, okay, I can do a little bit more than this. For one thing,
the octopus's name was Jeffrey.
For one thing, there were 4 octopuses used for this. They were made to move by having like a hot air blown on them.
That's rude. Actually.
And then, and of course, then once the filming was finished, 3 of them they were just simply safely released back into the wild. And the 4th.
Can I guess?
Dinner. Oh no!
Oh damn it! I was gonna guess they ate them.
Yeah, no, they ate the last one.
That's a shame.
They also made 2 puppets for the tentacle shots when I could actually interact with people. But yeah, so it's kind of mean, but
this is cool.
As far as this kind of thing goes in movies, there is so much worse. For one thing, they don't actually attack the octopus. Some movies they would actually attack the creatures.
I mean, they do, but it's clearly not they didn't do it in real life. Clearly, the people attack it.
Yeah.
I think as the most critical one of this movie, I will say I thought this was sick. It's in my cool count. Don't you worry. I love when it's kind of stop motiony, kind of grabbing at him and shit. I do think, and this is just a limitation of the time, that when it was one guy in a suit versus elaborate puppets and real octopuses and shit, they have to do a lot of reverse shot to pretend they're fighting when they're clearly not.
The blue screen is not good.
It's not, but I do like this fight.
Off screen.
Yeah, I do like this fight though because I think I think a good fight in a movie, in an action movie, tells you about the characters involved, right? A good example is in the modern Godzilla versus Kong, is it? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Stupid name, that it's too similar. In the modern one, we kind of learn a lot about the characters when every time they fight, we learn more about them as characters. And I think this movie does that really well because in this scene, King Kong, first of all, he's finally here. We'll talk about how he looks because I've got thoughts. But he goes in first, for the melee attack. He goes to grabs the octopus or whatever. Immediately realizes that's not going to work because the octopus just grabs his face and goops all over him. So he takes a big step back, and then he's just throwing shit at him, which I think is it looks a bit silly, but I think it says a lot about his character because it shows that he's smart. He's smarter than Godzilla is. not that Godzilla's an idiot, but like, you know what I mean? He's got more tactics than Godzilla. I think a lot of the thing about the new movie. No, he does. We'll get there. But a lot of the stuff in the new movie is that, like, when the new one came out, was people were talking like, how can a big monkey fight this lizard who can shoot lasers out of his mouth or whatever? And the not to spoil that movie that we'll review in like a year and a half or whatever, but the reason is that he's more intelligent and more tactical, and he's got like hands and he can use tools and stuff. And it's the same here.
Well, I was going to ask, actually, going into this movie specifically, who were you rooting for?
I always prefer Godzilla, sorry. Just because I think he's cooler. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
I do think he's cooler. The thing is,
I prefer Godzilla, but I was rooting for Kong because he's the underdog. Because he's the scrappy, scrappy little guy.
It's like the Batman versus Superman thing. Like, Batman, you know that Batman shouldn't win, therefore he will win. Because if Superman wins, it's not satisfying.
So it killing a man.
Yeah. So like, I was gonna say, that reminds me. I was gonna say, going into this, I was kind of dreading this movie. And I was going to say this in my opening thoughts, but I got a bit too excited to just say that I liked the movie. So I'll say it now, right? Going into this, I was not looking forward to it because I didn't like Mothra. So I was already in a bit like, I don't care about whatever. Also, when the MonsterVerse version came out, a lot of people online were like, they would post like, Godzilla versus Kong battle leaked or whatever, and then it's just the clip from this movie where they're fighting, and obviously it looks ridiculous. And I think that's all I'd seen of it. And so I kind of just went into this thinking, this is just going to be stupid and like dull and lame, because it's just, we'll get into the fight later, it's just Kong doing big rolls and whacking his head on a rock or whatever. And I just wanted to say that because I was going to say it earlier. But yeah, going back to this, I just really like this fight with the octopus because we learn a lot about Kong that will kind of be useful later. He'll use tools and projectiles and stuff, which I think is cool.
For sure. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I don't have nearly as much to say as you did, Sage, but I did think that the boulders being thrown, it was funny every single time it happened.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. I don't like his design. What do you guys think of his design?
Yeah, so
it's a bit goofy.
It's not good, is it?
Yeah, so this kind of ties in with course, like what you're saying about Kong not being allowed to look like a gorilla earlier. So instead, he was based off a Japanese macaque, which is the monkey that like sometimes goes into a hot spring and just kind of hangs out there.
I love those guys.
One of my favorite types of monkeys, by the way. By the way, if you guys don't know, and if the listeners don't know, monkeys in general, or just like oh my god, what's the word?
Primates?
Yes, are my favorite like animal group. Orangutans are my specific favorite, but like primates in general are my favorites. So I love a monkey. Okay, I love a monkey.
But yeah, I don't see the Japanese macaque in King Kong's face.
No.
I think he looks.
No.
I think he looks really old. Like he looks like an old man.
Old, but like old in like the kind of guy you'd see at a Weatherspoons old, like specifically.
Yes. He doesn't look like a wise old
Kong
man.
Is a geezer.
Like in the new ones, he's got a beard and he looks kind of aged and kind of wise.
Yes.
In this one, he doesn't look old. He looks middle-aged.
He looks like a bloke. King Kong is a bloke.
This version of Kong, based on how he looks, would vote reform.
Yeah.
Modern Kong would vote green.
Yeah, maybe, and to be clear, this Kong would also vote green, but how he looks, he'd vote reform.
Maybe that's why this Kong has all his islanders do blackface.
Maybe.
It's for him. These islanders are all in blackface because it's the only thing that will make Kong happy.
Yeah, the actual the two guys show up on the island and they're like, "Oh, this is you're clearly like Japanese," and they're all like, "Listen, man, there's a big monkey. He eats us if we don't do this. Like, you just gotta
just like
play along.
Shut up.
Like, pretend that we're black, please."
So of course Kong beats the octopus, and then he drinks like a jar full of the
He gets
red
pissed.
juice,
The red juice.
and then he
Yeah.
falls asleep.
He has a nap.
And then we get the longest 3 minutes of my entire goddamn life.
So I wrote a note at this point. Okay, maybe I didn't. I thought I'd written this down, but apparently not. But I thought I wrote that, like, at the start of it, I was thinking, this is a fun scene. Like, Kong's fallen asleep and they're doing a little song about him or whatever. And then it just kept going. And it was like 30 seconds in, I'm like, okay, that was a fun scene. And then there was like 8 more verses.
Yeah, the thing I noticed about this song is that it has the exact same rhythm and timing, of course, as the One-Winged Angel from Final Fantasy
really?
VII. And I just kept hearing that.
That's
So, like,
awesome.
You
that was
two,
what- so like that was what
you
kept me
two are
going throughout this
running
scene.
circles around me in terms of obscure references today. I'm doing terribly. This is
What
meant
do
to
you
be my
mean that
thing.
Final Fantasy
Your
VII is
reference?
obscure?
I haven't even played Final
No,
Fantasy VII, but I know that song.
I don't.
Cloud
know it?
Strife Sephiroth?
Did you
I
say
know the
Strife
names.
Sephiroth?
No. I said like Cloud
Cloud
Strife.
Strife.
That's the name. But yeah, no, but it's only one of the most like iconic boss themes in all of video games.
Have you
But
not
yeah,
played
sure,
Smash
whatever.
Maybe I'd
Brothers,
recognize
Ripley?
it. Not in a long time.
I had to
That's
show you.
shocking.
I was always a
Shocking.
Meta
You
Knight
might,
main.
you might recognize it.
Recognize what?
I was just saying, yeah, I was saying like, I will show you the song once we're done because you might recognize it.
Oh yeah, I
It's
think
just
you
one of those
definitely
you
will.
might have heard.
It's really good.
Okay.
Right, so
I'm surprised you don't.
right,
play
yeah, so we have
Skimming over some blackface.
Skibbity toilet.
yeah, no, I'm shut up.
We don't do yes and on this podcast, do we? We do no shut up.
We do shut up.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, yeah, like if it's friggin' Skibbity toilet, then like, yeah, shut up.
You guys don't fuck with Skibbity toilet.
No,
Do you
No.
fuck with tongue sahur?
absolutely
So
not.
anyway, they took Kong on a little raft, and they're towing the raft behind their boat,
I love.
and we get some more comedy.
Wait, do we? What was the
Right,
comedy?
look, this was genuinely funny. All right,
What? Which
I
one was
liked
that,
it, I
sorry?
liked
Mr. Taco flies in on a helicopter, and of course he goes to lean on a dynamite plunger. To which these two guys are like, "Do not do that. That will explode King Kong." And
He's immediately like,
"Oh yeah,
"Don't press this."
Yeah,
it's funny."
yeah. He
It
just
is, I
comes
liked
in
it.
thinking he's like, the head.
I think
like
he's the CEO.
Yeah, he's the big boy or whatever.
He comes in acting like a CEO.
Yeah, true. I love this guy. There's
It's
also
so
a bit. Is it now? Yeah, it is. It is now. So Kong starts waking up because So we haven't really. For people who haven't seen the movie, we should probably explain it a little bit more. They're bringing Kong over to fight Godzilla.
To be a mascot. Well, I mean, like he's just there to be a mascot for the pharmacy right now. Like they haven't even.
Yeah, at
thought
this
about
point,
Oh,
he's
true,
like,
true. It's later that
it's
they
like
decide.
they're like, Godzilla's
Yeah.
getting all this attention. We need Kong we can get some attention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a big lizard.
Which,
What if
when
we
I
had a
need
big monkey?
attention, I just start a podcast. But you can also abduct a big gorilla. That's also fine.
So it's at this point that it's revealed that of course like Koichi Sahara's ship kind of crashed due to Godzilla, and his I think sister, she goes to Hokkaido to see if he's okay, just as he shows up back at their house, and so he goes after her because she's gone to Hokkaido, but of course Godzilla's kind of in the way, so he needs to help her. And of course, we come across some like people prepping to evacuate from Godzilla, and they say it like so casually. It seems like he's treated as just like a really bad rainstorm or something.
I think it's like
It's like when they do the fire drills.
Yeah. Well, it's the third one now, right? It's the third time he showed up, and like again, I know I've said this before, but I know that the Rodan and Mothra weren't like intended to be canon or whatever, but like they obviously become canon because those characters show up later. So like if we take those as canon as well, for the purpose of this podcast, we are, then this has happened like 5 times already. There's been a big monster showing up. Like they're probably just used to
And
it.
you
They're probably
know,
just like, oh, we got another one.
I guess.
famously, when Japan experienced their 5th earthquake, they stopped caring about it.
All right, fair point. All I'm saying is, the first time a Godzilla showed up, you'd be like, holy shit. The 5th time, you'd be like, oh, here he fucking is again, the dickhead. He's gonna kill, he's gonna destroy, he's probably gonna do that big beam, he's gonna do that big blue breath that he does, he's gonna kill everyone, fuck's sake.
So yeah, so we cut to Godzilla. And of course we
Wait, hold
finally
on.
get the okay.
There's a bit on the boat first that I wanted to call attention to.
Okay, go on, call
Go
attention to the
on.
boat.
They bomb Kong, and he's fine. But the cool part that I wanted to bring up is when they bomb him, the CEO guy has a little yellow umbrella because he doesn't want to get wet.
Yeah, that's fair enough. He
I
does
just wanted
have
to bring
that
It
that
is
up.
funny.
It is quite a cute
He's
little
like-
character moment.
He's
Yeah.
like the mother in How I Met Your Mother because he's got a yellow umbrella. There's a
True.
reference.
There we go. It's a reference that we all get.
Yeah, finally. That's not the first
And
reference
it
that we've
only
all got.
it took us 5 episodes. So we go back to Godzilla, and of course here we finally have the first part to his theme show up.
That bit.
Yeah, that.
I can't
that.
play it because we'll get copyrighted.
But we can still sing it.
Yeah, I can.
So we finally have the actual Godzilla theme show up.
I
About time.
loved hearing the music. I didn't realize
Always
how much
love
I'd
it.
missed
Yeah.
Godzilla until this. Genuinely like.
Yeah, no, I miss him too.
I even though he looks really weird in this movie, he doesn't look great. He showed up and I'm like, hey, we fucking go. We're so back. Godzilla's here, guys.
Hell yeah.
I was just excited to see him and hear his music and stuff.
That's understandable. Yeah, so
wait, when is this? Is this when they do their first fight?
this is when he attacks the train.
Yeah.
So
remember
so I
that
do just want to say, of course, it is mentioned that Godzilla destroyed Sendai when he came on shore. So I guess that is another city to add to my all cities attacked list. But I don't know if I should because it wasn't on screen, was it?
Yeah, but they mention it.
If
They
it
say
happened.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. All right, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sure. Sendai goes on. Yeah.
Nice.
Godzilla's approaching and the train quickly stops because you don't want to hit Godzilla with a train. That's a bad thing to do.
You get a fun cut where it's like the people inside the real train and it cuts to out and it's a very clear like toy train and it's very fun.
It's very cute.
Mm.
Yeah. So everybody runs apart from the girl who we're meant to care about. Everybody gets away, and so she just kind of like wanders into a river and she keeps falling over until Kenji Sahara finds her and then he saves her and they escape from Godzilla. That's kind of the whole scene.
My cat's come to say hello and give her input.
That's fair enough.
Jelly, what did you think of King Kong versus Godzilla? Interesting.
I wasn't a big fan of this rampage as a whole, but I was happy to see Godzilla destroying again.
It was nice to see Godzilla do some destroying, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't write any notes for this bit, so yeah, pretty good.
That's fair. So, right, yeah. So like, to be honest, I forget what happens from here until when
King Kong
basically we go from here to them setting the stage for the fight, and they're in another quarry, and you get shots of cranes setting stuff up, but it's very clear. It's like Playmobil level cranes and puppets in the cranes.
Yeah, I like it.
It's very cute.
Oh yes, of course. Yes. So there are some plans to try and stop Godzilla.
It had a vibe.
So of course, the first plan is to just kind of bury him, and then the other one is to
as if that'd ever work.
And then the other one
This is later.
Okay, fine.
They fight. They fight first. They have their first fight first.
No,
you get a cool shot where they roar at each other from opposite ends of the quarry.
Yeah.
Do.
It's a pretty brief fight, this one, but it's
no.
not bad.
So I wrote a note saying something like, Yeah, so if this was Rodan, then of course this big climactic fight, this would be with about 10 minutes to go. What I didn't realize is that this fight was about 2 minutes long, and of course then the actual fight was with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, but at least with this one, like okay, here's my big pause for a sec, because what do you guys know about Batman v Superman?
I know enough.
I know what comparison you're gonna make. Go on.
All right, sorry, I'll just kill myself, shall I?
After we record.
Okay, no,
And
but,
you edit.
Okay, yeah, I'll edit first. Yeah, and we'll record like the rest of the podcast, like all the other movies.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
cool. Right.
But no, like, they fight once in that movie, right? The movie's called Batman v Superman. They fight once in the whole movie, and it's right at the end. In this, yeah, they only fight twice, but it's only a 90-minute movie. So, like, they do 2 fights, and, like, you know, it's a significant portion of the film called King Kong versus Godzilla, as a versus film should be.
Like, yeah, structurally this makes perfect sense for them to have a little fight now, but it is a little underwhelming as a fight.
No, I like it because look, I'm the biggest defender of this movie, I'm realizing, because they do a fight. And, yeah, the fight itself isn't like, there's nothing especially special about it, but like Godzilla definitively wins this one, right? Like,
yeah,
they punch for a bit. Godzilla, Kong throws some rocks at him. Godzilla,
and it's even funnier. It's even hilarious.
Godzilla,
it's just not like styrofoam boulders just bouncing off Godzilla.
Rock type moves don't affect Godzilla. He does the atomic breath, sets Kong on fire.
Sets Kong on fire,
and Kong goes,
super effective.
Kong shits himself and goes, "Yeah, I'm not ready for this," actually, and leaves. He just walks away, which I love. I love that he retreats.
I feel like
I don't think most kaiju would.
I feel like if Kong gave Godzilla the finger, then like this would be a perfect movie when he walks away.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Or if he had 6'7".
No, shut up.
6'7".
God's sake. Right.
Anywho, they talk about how they can't bury him.
Then they do this bit.
So they try to bury Godzilla, and he just kind of rises out of the earth. So
they've set a few traps.
Stupid
for him.
idea.
They've set a few traps. They've done a big hole, and he falls in, doesn't do anything. And then,
however, it turns out that the electric fence, he doesn't like electricity.
Something that we suggested in episode 1 of this podcast, electrocuting him.
Electricity.
Yeah, because we talked about how he looks like he's made of rocks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it turns out electricity might just be Godzilla's weakness.
At one point,
he just kind of wanders off and he ignores Tokyo.
At one point, when they're setting all the traps for Godzilla and he's just walking through them, a guy says he can really take it. And I think that's what someone might say about me if they were misgendering me, but they were talking about me going on a grinder hookup.
I had that one written down, but I got the earlier one, so I'll allow it.
You got in first.
Oh dear. Right. Okay. So Godzilla doesn't like the electric fence. However, King Kong does, and
Kong loves it.
Eats the electricity. Yeah, like
he eats the electricity like a fucking. He eats it like me eating Doritos at 2 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's your midnight snack?
Sleep.
I have a midnight. Yeah.
Are you guys
Mine
not
is a bit of water and then I sleep.
That's probably why
I struggle to sleep.
Well, I mean, like when I was at uni and like I was really depressed, there was one night where I made garlic bread at like 3 a.m. But then I also managed to like burn myself, so that was a bad night.
Right.
And like it was decent garlic bread, but it wasn't worth it.
Sometimes I'll be like 10 p.m. and I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna like put some chips in or whatever.
Yeah,
I respect it.
I might do some curly fries after this.
Ooh, that's nice.
I hate curly fries.
You hate curly fries?
Yeah, they're a horrible texture.
Curly fries are my favorite type of chip/fry. What's everyone's favorite?
We don't have time for this. We've got a movie to talk about.
We have time? What do you mean? We're in such a rush. Where are you in a rush to?
Girls, I really need to pee. Can we use this as a quick edit point?
You've pissed about 8 times. Go. We can pause. Go piss.
Thanks.
I'm keeping this in.
Go piss girl.
I'll cut out the gap. I'll cut out the pause, but I'm keeping in the part where we said she's gonna go piss.
Fun fact, Sage. I don't like any types of crisps.
Really?
Yeah, they're all disgusting to me.
That's crazy. I'm not the biggest crisp person, but I do like a good crisp now and then. I like a salt and vinegar.
They taste both wet and dry at the same time.
Same.
We should cut this out and just make this a TikTok. And not put it in the episode, but just make it a TikTok.
No, I'll put it in the episode. It'd be a sick episode. Do you like chips?
You're gonna have so much editing to do. I'm sorry.
Fine. I'm not cutting this bit out.
I do like chips.
We're filling the space. I don't have to cut this out. It's not dead air.
We can't leave this in. This is terrible.
We'll see. What's your favorite type of?
I mean, you have all the control.
What's your favorite type of potato?
I mean, I like a sweet potato chip.
Really?
Yeah, I know that's very basic of me.
No,
but
that's not basic. That's pretentious.
And a hash brown. Hash browns are great.
Oh, I love a hash brown. I'm a jacket potato.
What's your favorite? Okay, jacket potato is solid. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, but worth it.
I was gonna say, what's your favorite way to have potato?
Well, that's what I was just asking when I said, "What's your favorite potato?" I just asked that.
Probably hash browns for me.
I would probably say either jacket potatoes or curly fries.
Nice.
I love jacket potatoes.
Hello. By the way, I'm keeping all that in.
You better fucking not.
No, I probably will because we were talking about potatoes the whole time.
Great.
It's not relevant.
It's Sage and Ripley's potato break.
Anywho, Leah, do you want to bring us back in?
Wait, I have something to say.
Okay, great.
Never mind, Sage can do it.
Kong bites some electrical wires, and then there's people watching him from a helicopter, and they say Kong has eaten the electricity, and now he's supercharged. And I don't know if this holds up scientifically. I'm assuming no, but I like it because it's cool.
Another person says lightning once struck a postman in Switzerland, and that was the whole story that he had to say. And I don't know why he brought it up.
No, because they said that the postman was supercharged.
That's the Doctor Who, of course, also said that.
Doctor Who
was probably immortal and then drove up. No. Oh god, they're both losing it. Yeah, no. So this guy being struck by lightning, that is this Doctor's entire justification for the for Godzilla being supercharged. But yeah, so essentially Kong just kind of marches into Tokyo. So of course, that's another point for Tokyo.
Yeah.
So it's it's up to 3 now. And he just kind of looks around and he just slaps buildings every now and then. It's very funny.
It's so good. Where's my note? Yeah, at one point he's just walking around and he does a downward punch. The buildings. No one listening to the podcast can see what I'm doing, but you two can. The building's here, and he just goes punches downwards for no reason. There's no reason for it.
He's just
like an older sibling hitting their younger brother.
Yeah, he's just literally just being a prick. I love it.
However,
then he picks up the woman.
Then he looks at his contract for this movie and sees the clause where it says he has to pick up a woman. So he picks up a
script and he goes, "Really, I did this already." And then the Toho executives are like, "No, you have to. We've been told you have to do it." And he's like, "All right, fine." He picks up a woman. And he goes to climb a building.
Yeah, I mean, him picking up a train is pretty cool. What I will say is, of course, Kong climbing up the National Diet building is not as impressive as him climbing up the Empire State Building.
No, not at all, because he's the size of it. From his perspective, he's just standing on a big rock,
Yeah, I mean, it's not Kong claiming the entire concrete jungle as his domain. It's just him standing on a building that he's more or less the same size as.
Sorry, Leah, we're really fucking this up for you, aren't we? This one.
It's fine. It's fine.
Funny we're all having fun. We are having fun.
We're all having fun.
Think it's fun that there is there's one woman character in this movie, really, and that's the one that Kong grabs, obviously.
Yeah, it would be.
Meanwhile, I guess everyone fell out of the train car that he picked up.
Yeah, they're
So
fine.
that's
They're
a
all dead.
horrible way to go.
This isn't as good of a train scene as the first Godzilla when he threw it like a puppy.
I don't think we're going to be topping that for a while.
No.
So
Maybe
yeah,
in
so
-1.
maybe. So they basically play the same song that the animations did. So we get to see lots of
Yeah.
blackface again, which I was so happy about.
Do we? Do we get black?
They cut to it for no
they
reason.
cut to it.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they
Yeah, the
so
guy.
they play it again.
They
gets
brought
hum
some
the
drums
long
from
danger
the
again.
island, I think, because they had the same like patterns and stuff on the drums.
Yeah, I think so.
So
Yeah,
I guess they stole the drums for some reason.
However, what I did notice is, of course, like at the start of the movie, of course, Sakurai, he is shown playing the drums, so that's actually quite well set up.
I didn't even think of
True,
that. Yeah,
true.
good point.
So that's some quite subtle foreshadowing, but it actually works quite well.
Yeah, unlike all the other foreshadowing in this movie, which is just a
Yeah.
thing happens. Maybe they'll do it again later.
But yeah, so they make King Kong fall asleep, and he also just kind of lets the woman down very gently, which is quite nice of him, really.
He's a sweetheart.
He is.
Yeah,
He's a sweetheart. He's just scared, isn't he?
And
then they airlift him.
Like King Kong's rampage is like very much more like him just being a somewhat confused animal than him wanting
like
to kill everyone.
in Godzilla, in the first Godzilla, he is an animal in pain and whatever, but he's vicious, and he's like, not that it's revenge, because I don't think it's that personal, but it's like he's a scared animal that's lashing out. I think Kong in this is just like, I don't know where the fuck I am. I don't know what's happening. I'm scared, man. I'm just freaking out. Like, I think he's just having a panic attack the whole time.
I don't blame him. Yeah,
he doesn't want to be there.
But they decide to airlift him out, and how are they going to lift something that heavy? What could they need something, sort of indestructible thread.
Yeah, if only there was some kind of wire that could hold
a
man
hero,
or a
Kenji
gorilla.
Sahara had made some super strong wire. Yeah,
If only.
But it tells
he didn't, so they just leave him there.
Wait a minute, guys! It's in the movie. They put that in. They thought about it.
That's crazy.
Oh my god! They planned this to the T.
What the hell, dog?
This is crazy. They've actually planned this out. Also, when they're strapping him up to the balloons, a new jaunty war music appears. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah, I love the balloons.
Yes.
New jaunty war music.
Every time this happens, I write down jaunty war music, but then I have no memory of how it sounds because that's all I write down.
Same. I can't remember it at all. But I know it was good.
Yeah.
And then they airlift Kong over to where Godzilla is. Oh yeah, we kind of skipped over it to be honest. But earlier, the guys who are running like the TV studio or whatever, or the company or whatever, are like, what do we do now that we've got Kong? Godzilla's there. What if we make him fight? Godzilla versus Kong. What's gonna happen? One guy says, "Don't be ridiculous. This isn't a wrestling match," but it is.
Yeah,
it is.
It so is,
and it's great. And this is the fight.
Yeah, this is the big fight, and you know what? This is a damn good fight. I enjoy it a lot. There are a lot of there are a lot of big things that I like. Of course, I liked.
Well, hold on. I've written pretty much exactly what happens in the fight.
Pretty much.
If you want me to go over it.
No.
Oh, okay, if you
So it starts with Kong throwing borders once again. But of course, this time Godzilla reflects them back
with his tail.
Yeah. And of course, this happens until he does an atomic breath. And of course, where Kong kind of cowers. But of course, then he realizes, oh wait, hang on, I'm fine. And he just goes in and just starts choke holding Godzilla.
Yeah, he grabs him. Kong is like just rolling around the whole. He's like doing like Dark Souls rolls the whole time, which is sick. Godzilla's like taunting him. He's doing like this specific like dance move where he like kind of like swings his arms like this. He kind of he's almost doing the Henry Cavill arm reload from Mission Impossible. He's just doing like this, and he's like getting ready to punch. It's so sick.
Well, yeah, I think
At
it's
one
like
point,
clapping,
Kong.
and
go on.
I believe. Sorry, Sage, if I
No, go on.
can just inject. Yeah, like I think Godzilla's clapping. I think it is a reference to a Japanese wrestler.
Oh, okay, that's fun. That's fun.
Ah,
Which I guess
like
ties
That's
into a
sick.
bit of trivia.
yeah.
And
it's
of
like if
course
he
that-
Batista bombed him.
Sure.
yeah,
I don't know
basically.
anything about wrestling.
So- right, yeah. So of course the suit actors. So of course that's once again Haruo Nakajima playing Godzilla, and also the newcomer Shoichi Hirose playing King Kong. They were given free reign just to choreograph basically like all of their fights.
That's fun.
And so they and of course they base most of their moves off professional wrestling.
I like that. They're
Just
improvising.
chucking two guys in a room and just being like, just do whatever feels
That's
right.
exactly.
That's awesome. And also, I'll say
That is
this,
kind of sick.
this is kind of our first. This is our first good kaiju fight of this franchise. And from this point on, there's going to be a lot of it. Obviously, pretty much every movie's going to have one. This is the first good one because the first one was Godzilla vs. Anguirus, which was awful because it was sped up and it was just two men kind of just wrestling each other. This one, they're actually doing attacks. They're throwing rocks and they're doing rolls and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, this is choreographed. It's a lot better.
Yeah, and you can tell it's great. At one point, Kong, like you said, grabs Godzilla, and they're they're rolling on top of each other, just throwing punches at each other, which is awesome.
I love whenever they're either falling down a hill or clambering back up a hill.
Kong, okay, this is my favorite part of this whole movie. This next attack that he does, he hits a true combo, right? He goes throw rock into roll into hit your head on a rock and die.
Yeah, when Godzilla starts burying him.
Yeah.
Oh
man, yeah. It's Godzilla just starts smacking him with his tail. Yeah. And it's only when there's a convenient lightning strike. Oh wait, no. No, sorry, right, no. There is something that I wanna talk about first, and that's Did you guys notice the stop motion shot?
Not in the fight.
Right, okay, so there's
earlier.
a scene in which Kong runs at Godzilla, then it suddenly cuts to a 2-second stop motion shot in which Godzilla just drop kicks Kong.
I did not see the drop
I do remember the drop kick.
I didn't notice the drop kick. Maybe I was writing a note while the drop kick happened.
It is lightning fast. I'll see if I can find it. That's what I can show you later.
Lightning fast, like the lightning that's about to hit King Kong.
That's so good.
Excellent segue.
Well, before that, hold on. Before that, I just want to. I don't think we took enough of a moment to appreciate Kong's attack here. Let's break this down, okay? Throw rock, a good basic combo starter. Okay, anyone can use that one. That's his default. It's just like A button or whatever, right? That's pretty standard.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I can throw rock,
so let's just picture this. Throw rock. Roll forward.
Yep.
Okay, which means you're rolling towards where the rock is gonna be, right?
Yep.
Then there also is another rock where you're about to roll. Okay, and this is where the combo gets quite complicated. A lot of players wouldn't be able to do this perfectly. It's quite a tough input. This is where you hit your head on the rock that's on the floor and you die, right? And I just want to I want to specify he may not die. However, Godzilla then just whips his head with his tail for a bit, and then atomic breaths him, and he's on fire, and then he's dead. To be clear, Kong dies here, and the way he died was by hitting his head on a rock. I know Godzilla finished him off, but he hit his head on a rock.
To be fair, if I hit my head on a rock, then I don't think I'd have too many chances.
Kong in this movie is a fraud.
Well, here's the thing: you say that. However, suddenly then, extremely convenient lightning strikes Kong.
Yeah.
I think you'll find that King Kong has been chosen by God to fight Godzilla. So,
that is true. Well, it was like last week.
It was
They
all part of
used
a
the
plan.
power of the Lord to defeat Mothra, and now he's paying back the debt by helping Kong out.
Yeah. So of course, Kong's back up, and now he just has electricity powers.
He has the Thor Ragnarok lightning powers.
And it's just as awesome.
In Thor Ragnarok when he loses the hammer, and then Odin's like, "Yeah, you're not the god of hammers, bitch," and then he's got lightning powers from his hands or whatever. It's that.
Yeah,
whenever Kong grabs
Godzilla,
whenever Kong grabs Godzilla after this, there's always like a big you can see like an electric shock effect coming off his hands and stuff. It's awesome. I love it. And then the second best thing that's ever happened. Oh my god, I love this movie so much because then the second best thing ever happens. He picks up a tree from the ground and he stuffed it down Godzilla's throat, and it's incredible.
But then it gets cooler because Godzilla just explodes it out of his mouth with a shot from his atomic breath.
Oh my god, this is the best movie ever made. How do you not love this, Ripley?
If I could say two things. Number one, Sage, your enthusiasm is rubbing off on me, and I am starting to feel a little more positive about this movie. Number two, I need to maintain my reputation as the person who makes niche references. So the bit with the tree is a lot like in the movie Wanted, where the guy with the knives stabs James McAvoy in the gun, and then he shoots the gun, and it stabs him.
Really?
That's awesome.
That sounds awesome. I gotta watch this movie.
So I just wanted to say, of course, I just have a awesome idea. So of course, when you reference the Immigrant Song, Ripley, I just wanted to throw out the idea of course, the Immigrant Song, but it's Godzilla's roars instead of the
And that sounds a little something
if any
like
of us...
this. I'll try and make it. There's no way I'll make it. I'll definitely end up just not doing it, but I'll try.
But it'd be really funny. Yeah. No. So they're coming up on this hot springs town, which is called because I wrote it down on my desk, which is called Atami.
Who cares? He throws him over his entire head. He picks him up by the tail, and he goes, "Yeah!" like this, and it's incredible.
A bit like that guy just about regular lizard earlier.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, that's brilliant.
This is a good movie. You're right, Sage. This is a great movie.
This is a good movie. Yeah.
This is better than Godzilla 54.
Yeah, you know what?
Rude, no.
This is goated.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Brilliant.
And then Godzilla trips Kong over with his tail. So then Kong, in retaliation, throws him into a building and kicks rocks at him. He doesn't throw the rocks this time. He just kicks rocks and they roll into him. And then
Sage has gotten so excited that her audio is struggling with how loud
she's peaking right now.
Sorry. I'll be better. I'm actually so hyped right now. I've started sweating because I'm so excited. Genuinely.
I've had editing this, future Sage.
It's fine. I'm keeping it all in. Then, right, this is the best part. No, it isn't the best part. Happened before, but this is another cool part. He threw Godzilla kind of next to this building. He's the other side of the building, and then because they're just punching at each other wildly, they just smash up a building together, and it's quite a nice moment.
Yeah, it's a big castle. Yeah, it's a big castle.
Yeah, they just smash it up together, and then I've actually short on breath.
That's okay. That's good.
Leah, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I mean, I can take it from here because we're pretty much at the end. They both tumbled into the ocean, and it's kind of unclear who wins. But then, a big monkey surfaces. King Kong has won the fight.
The goat, he did it.
And the guy do a Reichenbach falls.
And of course, we end on King Kong walking out to sea, leaving everyone alone. But we hear both roars, signifying that they're both still alive. And I still have some trivia about this, but go on, Sage.
I also just wanted to briefly call attention to when they are falling into the ocean together. There's a very nice shot of. There's some nice miniature work of I guess the tidal waves that happen because obviously they're so big falling into the ocean. and it's like kind of, it's just like water splashing onto these models, but it just looks really, it's a really nice, it's really nice model work. It just looks nice.
For sure, yeah. Right, so I have a few more bits of trivia to kind of finish us out, if that's all right.
Mhm.
So of course,
finish us off.
Yeah,
Let's
so of course,
let's
firstly,
pump towards the climax.
For God's sake! Right, so firstly, there was a long persisting myth that in the Japanese version of course, of this movie, Godzilla wins.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
So this came from a 1960s article from the Spaceman magazine, which stated that, quote, if you see the movie in Japan, Hong Kong, or some oriental sector of the world, Godzilla wins. This is completely inaccurate.
Okay.
However, there is a difference between both versions. So, of course, in the version we watched, and of course, in the Japanese version, you hear both of the monsters roar. But in the American version, you only hear Kong's roar. That's
I'll be honest, I didn't notice Godzilla's roar, but I think at this point I was kind of just excited that of what I'd just witnessed.
Yeah, of course. So as for my final point, this movie has a legacy in two ways. The first legacy is that
it's the greatest movie ever made.
Well, you're not too far off, Sage. This is the Godzilla movie with the highest ticket sales within Japan, of the entire franchise.
Even to this day, even.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like as far as I can tell, yes.
Wow.
It was the Batman v Superman of its day.
It was. But
the other legacy is that this is the worst preserved, not Godzilla movie, not even kaiju movie. This is one of the worst preserved tokusatsu movies there is.
In what do you mean by that?
So essentially, in 1970, this film was basically cut down to 74 minutes for a film festival. So that was basically about 24 minutes cuts, right?
Mm-hmm.
The version that was cut was the original negative of this film.
Oof.
So, that's the master copy, more or less.
Oh, I see. So they cut it down, and so they can't then use that for later.
So it took until 2014 to have the shots that were cut out to finally be uncovered and also restored into 4K.
And it's a shame because it was all just the blackface shots. Those were all the ones that were cut out.
So basically this movie was pretty much incomplete for over 50 years.
Oh wow.
So that's all my trivia. So that's us done talking about King Kong versus Godzilla. I almost said King Kong versus Mothra. No. That movie doesn't exist.
Not yet. I'm happy to announce that here at Destroy All Podcast Studios, we are making a fan film, King Kong versus Mothra. So
we're studios now?
Huh?
We're studios now?
Yes.
I don't think
it's more of an idea.
No, we're making it.
This with a Sage.
No, we've already started making. I've started filming already. I've done all the Faroe Island stuff myself.
Well, hey, you know what, Sage? I think that's pretty cool. But you know what?
However,
cool?
to make sure it's not problematic, Sage will be putting on a full face of Japanese makeup and then blackface on top of it.
Yeah. No, that's true. Just to make sure that I'm covering all the bases, you know.
Yeah. And of course, you're gonna have the natives of the Infant Island, and of course the natives of the Faroe Island fight, right?
Yeah. Well, they're gonna have a war, and obviously it'll because they're 60s era natives, they're all gonna have like very stereotypical. It's just gonna be like spears.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just gonna be spears.
And everyone's smoking.
Yeah, no, only Faroe Island are smoking because Infant Island didn't get the cigarettes. That's why the Faroe Island wins, because they have the power of tobacco on their side.
Sage, hear me out.
Yeah,
what if they then kind of gave the cigarettes to the Infant Island native, and then they all become friends
through the power of tobacco?
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Because
That sounds
that's the
amazing.
moral of the movie. Tobacco brings people together.
And then Kong and Mothra both light up a huge cigarette each.
Just, I want you to remember that you have mentioned the idea of Mothra smoking a cigarette. I want you to remember that for when I have a bit of trivia in a few movies down the line.
Does Mothra smoke a cigarette, Stuart?
Yeah, what's this?
We'll
This
find
is some
out, I
sizzle
guess.
for a later episode. You're gonna have to wait and see.
I genuinely can't wait.
Well, I'll tell you what, that sounds cool. And you know what else is cool? The cool counter. Let's get
I
right
knew you
into
were going to
it,
do
guys.
that because I heard you attempting to do a segue earlier, and then we both talked over you.
Honestly, I'm pretty glad because that was a good bit. I like that.
No, it was. The cool count. We keep track of all the the best bits, the coolest moments. None of this subtle, none of this subtext, none of these themes, nothing lame like that for losers. Just the coolest shit. Okay. How many do you guys have in your cool count this week? Because let me tell you,
I have 5.
I gotta count mine because I got so many.
I have 3.
Yeah, so I have 5 this week.
Shall I go first? Because I've got the fewest.
Yeah, makes sense.
I have 7.
Jesus. Okay, so number 1, I have got when Godzilla comes up the first time and the military base is all open firing on him.
Yeah, that was cool. I specifically. Never mind, that bit was later. Keep it going.
Yeah, like I had the tank melting. I feel like we could throw that into one.
Yeah, that section. Okay, number 2 is I've got just the octopus fight. The whole octopus fight can get just cool counted, I think.
Yeah, pretty cool.
And number 3 is Kong shoving the tree into Godzilla's mouth and him shooting it out. That's my third.
Yeah, that was awesome. Leah,
all 3 of those going on?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Okay,
cool.
35 I have. 2 of them we have already said, which is of course Godzilla melting the tanks and also the tree.
Yep.
So I have Godzilla climbing out of the pit.
When he's like
rising up,
they're setting all the that looked sick. To be fair, I'll agree with that one.
Yeah, go on. You can have it.
Sorry, I'm just writing these down.
Don't write them down. I'm counting them. We're fine.
So of course I then have
editing.
Right. Okay. So I then have Kong realizing he is immune to the atomic breath and like running in for a big beatdown.
I actually didn't have that.
I don't remember this bit.
That is cool.
Do you want to go for it? Are we unanimous?
I don't remember it, so I think if you two feel strongly enough, you can have it.
All right, sick.
It goes in, and of course we also have Kong's lightning beatdown.
Yeah,
actually,
100%.
That wasn't on mine, but I agree.
Yeah.
So 6 so far, and I haven't even read mine out yet. I'm just saying, this is insane.
You haven't even got to Sage, who loves it.
Best movie ever made. Okay, number 1, we've done it. 2 was the octopus. 3 was they blow up Kong on the boat, and he just tanks it. Like they blow him up.
No, I think Kong rising out of the sea.
Huh?
I was just gonna say, like a Kong like rising out of the sea. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
It's a
that.
And he just tanks it. He's not even like bothered by it. It's sick. There's a specific shot where it's after Godzilla's walked through all of the traps and like all around him is on fire. And I think it genuinely might be the first single shot of the franchise that I've thought looks like flawless. Like it looked incredible.
It looks like it's actually from a film.
It looked unbelievable. Did you guys notice this?
I didn't
notice the scene myself, but I'm happy to put it on.
If you don't, no. Listen.
Okay.
The cool count prides itself on
being cool.
Yeah, sure. I can't remember the word I was trying to say. If you can't remember it, that's fine. That's clearly not cool enough. So it's okay. We've got 7 so far. I'm okay with it not being 8. Okay.
Fair enough.
At one point, Kong just punches a building for no reason, and I just think that was cool.
I didn't think it was cool. I thought it was him being a big Like I thought
It's
gonna
like
be
a-
massive dickhead.
It's like when your boyfriend gets angry and punches the wall. Like,
Yeah.
I don't see it as cool.
All right, but it's
Yeah.
cool when a big monkey does. If your boyfriend was a big gorilla, it would be cool.
Look, we don't
know,
talk about my ex, okay? Please don't bring it
Great.
up. I'm not willing to give you this one, I'm afraid.
That's
yeah,
fair.
I'm not feeling it.
That's fine. I did do the tree one, and also the bit when he throws him entirely over his head. He picks him up by the tail, and he like yeets him, and it was also foreshadowed, which makes it even cooler.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guys,
Go
that's
on.
8 on the cool count.
that's a huge record. I would
Huge
check
dub
the
for
actual record,
Sage.
but I think Discord's messing up, so I can't check the others.
I don't. Oh no, that's it. That is absolutely a record. The highest.
Yeah,
Oh,
5
Discord-
was the previous best.
Oh yeah, Discord is not loading that channel
Yeah.
for some reason. All right.
God,
It's
what
all
does
right.
that do
5 was
so
the
well?
Oh,
previous
now it
best.
is. Yeah, 5 was previous best with Rodan.
Yeah, damn. Good old
What a
Black
fucking
Sick.
goated movie this was.
Right, so Sage, do you want to bring this home?
I would actually love to
Wait,
bring this.
we have something. We have something before we get to the outro.
Do we?
We do. We have
Yeah.
something that I printed out that I teased earlier.
What did you print? You
'Cause-
printed something out on an A4 piece of paper because you live in the 90s. You're 30 and
So-
it shows.
As we established last week, we have set up an email address where you can contact
We
us.
got
And
a
that email
letter.
address is what is the email address again? Is it destroyallpods@gmail.com?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's probably, yes, it's Destroyallpods.
And we have received one email
Oh my
since then.
God.
So I'm gonna read that out now.
That's so exciting.
We got one email here. Hello, Ripley. Now that you've added your account to your device, we'd like to share more information on how to
fucking
manage
damn
your
it!
privacy
God
settings.
fucking damn it, Ripley! I got so
Excuse me,
fucking
this is-
excited.
Excuse me, I'm not finished. These settings were previously managed by web and app activity in your Google account. Now they are managed directly on Play. Anyway, I'm going to stop reading it now, but yeah, that was the whole bit.
You printed that out.
Yeah, there we go.
That's
You're
upset
welcome.
me deeply. You know what? I genuinely got so excited then. I thought we've actually got a mail.
I was thinking, like, hang on a second, but I'm like checking the Gmail. I have to take this to this email then. What?
I thought maybe someone had sent like feedback to you directly and you thought it was fun to read out or something.
No,
Wait.
no. But if people do want to contact us, Sage, how can they do that?
I think you just said, but it's destroyallpods@gmail.com. You can also reach
That's
us.
right, Sage.
Thanks, Ripley. You can also reach us. I mean, we're on YouTube, so you can just comment on that if you want. We'll probably like if it's a good comment, we'll read it out. Also,
Or TikTok.
huh?
Or TikTok.
Or TikTok. That's true. Also, I'm Herbie Girl and or Herbie Girl 101 on everything. I think Herbie Girl. I think just Herbie Girl on Blue Sky. But just check both. If you want to follow me, just check both. Ripley, what's your... No, Leah, you do yours. What's your social...
Yeah, okay, so I'm not on many socials, but you can find me at the Dan Beaver on a letterbox, so you can find out when I actually watch one of these films. I'm trying to get onto Blue Sky, but my account got right. Okay, so I'm trying to get onto Blue Sky, but my account got suspended, and I'm trying to deal with that. So let's see if that works.
It's because you said too many slurs on Blue Sky, and they banned you.
That's true. I was saying too many slurs, and it also says how much I love the blackface in no, that's more or less it for me.
Ripley, I love how much. I love how many movies you watch on Letterboxd. You log so many movies.
Yeah, I really love so many movies.
He's not logged anything apart from the Godzilla movies, by the way.
Yeah, because I don't really watch movies, but it's fine. Whatever. Ripley, where can people find you?
You can find me at Ripley is Good on Blue Sky, where I also linked my Letterboxd, where I have logged 10 movies this week, and it's only Friday.
Right.
Also,
like
as I like to say a little political thing, and this week's is fuck reform and actionable threats towards the members of that group. How do we like to end How do we like to end now? We've done the outro.
We like to end by saying "fuck reform" every week. We say it. Fuck reform. Fuck. What's his name?
But we also,
Nigel Farage.
but we also say our famous catchphrase.
Do we? What is it, Leo?
3, 2, 1. Keep on destroying.
Destroying. There's no way that'll sync
Perfectly
up.
in
And I'm
sync.
not going to fix it. To be clear, I'm not syncing that up.
I don't want
However
you
that
to.
sounds, we're keeping it in. Also, remember to like and subscribe. And next week is
Yes.
Godzilla versus Mothra, or Mothra versus Godzilla. So
Yes,
tune in.
Mothra versus Godzilla.
It's probably going to be a bad movie because Mothra's in it. Just kidding. It'll probably be fine.
I'll kill you.
I'm gonna go kill
Bye,
Sage.
everyone.
I love you, my loyal listeners. Goodbye. Kisses.